Good morning, I cannot believe this is vlog 11. I hadn't had a chance to shoot an intro this morning, so I thought I'd fly the drone. It's been a while. I've came down to Tamarama. Right behind me here is where all the best surfers go. So I thought I'd get a few epic shots of them. Cue the intro. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This little crazy mother. I've had my drone for about 3 years and I never ever get bored of flying it. My favourite type of flying is like action shots in sports. It's just what I'm interested in. I just think the shots you can get on a drone are nothing compared to like what you can get on a regular camera. It's just a completely different perspective. It's really cool. I'm heading over to the bike shop to pick up 2 tyres. One, I broke the tube on my bike, and a couple of weeks ago I put a puncture in Connor's bike, so I had to fix that and give it back to him later. Oh, here I am here. Nah, only kidding, that's my shop. Okay, quick tube change. Okay, one bike down, another one to go. I broke the tip of the valve, so I'm going to have to do this exact same on my bike, fix this. Those 2 things were looming over my head for quite some time. I'm going to do something I haven't done in a while. Let's get into it. It's been a while since I shot one of these. So if you're new around here, the Rollout Ramble is a segment where I hold myself accountable and stretch and try to break down this week's training. Eventually I would like to turn this segment into a Q&A, so if you have any sort of questions about anything, me, training, life, drop it down in the comments and I'll be happy to answer in the next one. So this week's training's been so-so. It's been hard when you're injured to keep motivated, and just I've been really laying off on the weight training and running and trying to just completely deload. Not to harp on about my injury, but it's really affected me this week, and I can see that in my training style. It's not that I haven't trained, but like we've been in the pool 3 times this week. We've been on the spin bikes and the push bikes as well. It hasn't been the same intensity of the training. My foot is feeling a lot better. I had to completely reduce the load I was putting through my foot, and from walking from about 20,000 steps, I had to reduce it right down to under 10. Some days I was only get 5 or 6,000, but my foot feels great. The other thing is I had to walk around wearing these things. These things are called Hokas. They are the biggest, most massive moon boot shoe I've ever seen in my life. These things are absolutely huge. But to be fair to the Hokas, I've got really used to the style of them, and they are really comfortable, and they're probably the most comfortable running shoe I've ever had. Although the Hokas don't do much for points on style, they are really comfortable. They're like walking on a cloud. And if you do suffer from any joint pain or even foot pain like myself, I do recommend trying them out because they're really comfortable. So this pose right here is called cow's face. I have no idea why. You stack your knee over your knee. It's probably one of the best stretches for your hips. I highly recommend it if you do suffer from hip problems or even just to loosen up your glute. You basically stack your knee over knee and fall forward like this here. It's not the best pose for talking to a camera, so I'll see you in the next one. So I touched on it last week. I went for swimming lessons with a local Irish girl, and she is a phenomenal swimmer. About 4 months ago, she went down to the Huskinsons triathlon and beat all the men and the women out of the water. So if there was anyone to learn swimming off, it was her, and she's absolutely brilliant. So when I went to Nuala, she realised that my stroke rate was quite high. So when I was stroking, I was just stroking up through like that there. Whereas she was saying that what you want to do is when your hand reaches into the water, you want to really activate your lat and stretch through your stroke and then pull it back like that there. So that was a major difference, and what I realised that it affected the timing of my stroke. So I was spending longer with my head under the water, which meant that my breathing went off. So after doing a few lengths of this here, I was absolutely gassed because I was completely changing my breathing rhythm and breathing technique. So I'm going to go into one of my physio's recommended exercises. It's a fun one that you can try at home. It was actually surprisingly difficult. So what you want to do is stand on one foot, like this. So while standing on one foot, I just want you to look straight ahead, and then eventually close your eyes, and then all of a sudden you start to lose your balance. And then, if that's very easy, start looking left. Oh. This is how it shows how weak my foot is. Start looking left and right. So to finally wrap up on this rollout ramble, I'm going to address one of the comments in my post last week. My brother wanted to know when I did the marathon, what were my statistics for my 5 and 10k runs. So I did a bit of digging in my Garmin watch app and found that my best 5k was 20 minutes and 50 seconds. At the minute, that's quite high in my opinion. I believe I can get that down. When I was doing the marathon training, I never really set out to do a 5k, it was always at least a 10k. So in saying that, my best 10k run was done in 42 minutes and 59 seconds. So for anyone interested, my fastest half marathon time was 1 hour, 43 minutes and 39 seconds. And for anyone interested, the one and only marathon that I've ever ran in my life with 6 weeks training was 4 hours, 12 minutes and 33 seconds. So will I ever do a marathon again? I don't know. At the minute it seems like a pipe dream. Until my foot gets better and I can actually do a 5k, I would love the ability to give it a go. Even just a half marathon. It's probably one of the best races that you'll run in your life. The atmosphere is great and it's one of the best memories that I ever have. So that wraps up today's rollout ramble. If you did enjoy it, smash that like button. Again, to remind you, I want to try to change it into like a Q&A session, so if you do have any questions, let me know down below. And finally, subscribe. Ella did that. She's a lot more talented than me at art.